Young Nigerian talents can do anything to achieve their dream of playing in Europe, but it will never become a reality without involving a football agent. The agent acts as a mediator between a player and a club. Some see the player as their property, but when a contract goes wrong, who gets the blame?
It's agent. So because he's the mediator, he's the one in the middle. So it's to see to the contract, in and out of the contract.
Understanding a contract before signing is vital. In 1987, Nigerian sensation Philip Osondu won the Golden Ball at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Canada, but due to cheap negotiations, he suffered a poor career in Europe.
This is why in some developed nations they still call for managerial courses for players, managerial courses for how to manage contracts.
Language is also a major barrier when signing contracts. Sometimes agents are too hasty in acquiring clubs for their players. Former Super Eagles player Ahmed Garba, popularly called Yaro Yaro, was a victim when his move to Borussia Dortmund in 1997 failed.
You don't go to Europe without going through the English FA. It is not possible. Our players must be look. You have to go through the FA. When you go to the FA, we record you. We know where you are. That is the only way we can do it. Simple.
Since 2000, FIFA has been in a fight against exploitative clubs, unscrupulous African managers, and greedy European agents, and they want federations to join the campaign.
Actually, the first country to sign up to the FIFA DTMS, domestic transfer system. And we're also the first country to also assign to what's called the FIFA Connect, whereby every football stakeholder from age 10 is signed up to FIFA with a special code.
So that's it, the agent versus player issue still lingers. When a contract goes right, the agent and the player share the credit. When it goes wrong, it's totally on the agent. Now, family members are taking the role of agents. That makes this issue an even interesting one. Austin Okonakman, Channels Television News.
Yeah, definitely for most players, I just hope that they can get it right and be able to make something out of that. Reports by Austin Okonakman. Joining us now is Nigeria Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick. He will be here to talk about what happened this year and the prospect, what to expect in 2017. We know that Nigeria will not participate in so many sports and most of the international competition, but he's here. He'll be talking to us this morning on so many issues on the ground. Good morning. Welcome to the program, President.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege. Always a privilege to be here.
Yeah, compliments of the season.
Same to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations to Channels on 21.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the 11th best station in Nigeria.
Congratulations to Channels.
So many congratulations. Okay. Yeah. Let me start with this question. Last year we had you talk about programs lined up for this year. Most of them positive, some negative. So for you, how will you rate 2016 in football?
Well, generally is I would say, with all sense of objectivity, is some kind of misfortune for Nigerian football. Yeah, first, in terms of technology, in terms of new thinking in global football, I think the Federation has done well. When I mean new thinking, in terms of signing on to areas like the DTMS system, that's the domestic transfer matching system, in terms of the IRT, intermediate regulatory tools, the FIFA Connect, and also signing up to FIFA Integrity Program, so we are always looking at the future. These are areas, technology-driven programs that will enhance the game of football. Like look at the documentary you showed on players, for example. We are the first country in Africa to assign to that. So in terms of technology and the new thinking in global football, I think we are there. In terms of the politics of the game, funding, yeah, I won't rate us very well. That's the truth, and we've not been able to live up to expectation in that area. Then in terms of maybe qualifying for events, we started very slowly, but now we're at the verge of qualifying for World Cup. It's still a marathon anyway, but I think we've got to an appreciable distance that can see us through. So it's been ups and downs, and then some of the downs we are not very proud of. Some of the downs, I want to call them, some level of force majeure, because we did not predict it, we did not see it coming. So if you see it coming, you plan and strategize for it, in terms of funding, in terms of our relationship with Nigerian and global corporates. So I just feel very pained about this, because this is not the target of the Nigerian Football Federation. That's the truth, We believe at this point, second years running, we should have an appreciable level of financial independence and autonomy, and look at our programs, First, we congratulate all the teams that have done us very proud, from the under-17 female, under-20, and now the Super Falcons, and the Super Eagles and the beach soccer, So I think, especially in the last years, if you look at our rating, I don't think, based on all this, I came here to say that, in terms of politics of the game, funding and relationship, it's not been very encouraging. Of course, it gives credence to the fact that we are going through a lot of the recession. Recession is not sui generis to football. It has to do with the economy generally. So if you look at Nigeria, how many companies have posted huge profit this year? But I took my time, read the president's speech in the budget, not because I want to see what is in for football, but I want to see how it will engender, how it will re-engineer the economy, And I think that was very highly researched, and I want to commend the president for coming up with that. Is kind of a major hope for 2017, which of course will rub off and trickle down to football development.
Okay, let me pick on what you just said, financial independence. NFF don't have that. But how can you achieve that?
You see, from the beginning I came here and I said it, and that is one of our dreams. When we came on board as a federation, we decided everybody, because everybody got elected, everybody is an executive committee member, so I was the president, I had my own program, everybody had their own program, so we had to set up like, an informal committee to streamline everybody's program, because when you're going to run for an election, you bring out your manifesto. And one of the things I said was, it wasn't going to be automatic, but on an appreciable level, we enjoy a level of financial independence. I asked the general secretary then, how much do you think we can, based on my research and based on what we did, And I said, well, it was achievable. If we're looking at about 5 billion or 6 billion to run our programs in a year, it was quite achievable. And it was based on that I had to meet my friends. We got in 2 companies first that will help us. We got in PwC, we got in financial derivatives. And financial derivatives had to put up, with our contact, a program for us in a quota. And that program were to have about 60, minimum of 60 CEOs to come for that program. And that was just a month into our coming into office. That morning, that was the court in Jos. The judge came out and said that our election was annulled. And of course, these are CEOs, these are corporate people with a lot of legal, so they didn't just want to come out, and they said they don't want to. So from there, it trickled down to just about 7 CEOs. And from there, we even got 3 sponsors, I don't want to mention them, but just imagine if everybody had congregated. By now, I'm sure we'll be taking a different story. But that was a major negative turning point for Nigerian football. And from then, we've been struggling. And as I speak to you, the major distraction that we have is all this political. That's why I said we're not going to court every day. As I speak to you, we are still in Supreme Court. We are still in Appeals Court. And when we came on, the first thing I did, I spoke with my vice president, who is a lawyer of over 30 years standing. NFF had over 15 court cases. How do you get off these court cases? Because we need to start on a very clean pedestal. We need to start, if we want to achieve whatever we want to achieve, we don't want to be going to court, we don't want any form of distraction, so we could stay focused. So 2 things are really meditated against whatever we're doing. This distraction, which of course has impacted, because if you're in a company, forget corporate social responsibility. You look at what do you want to benefit from the partnership.
Important. President, just hold your thoughts right there. We'll come back to you. You know what? Let's take a breather now. When we come back, we'll tackle issues. The NFF president is still there. Don't go anywhere. Stay.